Today we got a quick little stack of comics. Nothing too much here, just 4 comics that I read over the weekend. So gonna check them out, see what we think about them. Starting out with Doctor Tomorrow. This one I picked up a sketch cover. Don't know much about this character, but figured I would see what is up. And we basically find out that we have some characters dealing with whatever, and they come across this kind of a time traveling character that comes through like a portal, and kind of it's like a it's kind of like a world devouring style story going on here with our characters, and we see this evil character is kind of like going to destroy our planet, has plans to do something with it, but we end up finding eventually that one of the kids that are in the group that have noticed what's going on happens to be this Dr. Tomorrow character. And we get to learn about his powers, what's going on with the crew, why they're dealing with this entity, and what's going on with it. And we also get I don't really want to give away that, but you're basically getting an introduction in this one, of course. And then there's an Exo Man of War story in the back, also, which I wish they wouldn't have wasted time with, because I still don't know enough about these characters. Feel like I really want to continue this. I'd like to know more about them, but I think we should have been given that in here instead of giving so much. Do we really need a Man of War preview when we could add 4 more pages of storyline and got us a little deeper into the characters? Made us feel more for the characters, so we'd want to know what happens to them in the future. But yeah, it was okay. Nothing too exciting. Don't know if I'll follow up with issue 2 or not. We got the Misadventures of Grumpy Cat and Pokey. #1. Never cared for Grumpy Cat. Uh, all his images and memes and all that stuff. Just was never into it. But I seen the comic and I'm like, well, I gotta check this out. See if I'm missing out on something. And the comic made me enjoy the character. Basically, you got this Pokey Cat that's annoying. Grumpy Cat wants to take him on a treasure hunt. Tells him that he knows this place. He found this map. He's going to go into this old haunted house, search for the treasure. Basically, makes a deal with Grumpy Cat, where Grumpy Cat gets Pokey's treats for a month or whatever, and half the half of the treasure that they find. But I don't want to show any more because it'll give away some of that story. Then we get a second story in here, which is uh, basically Pokey having fun with a bunch of other animals, dogs, and stuff, and they're just terrorizing the house and terrorizing Grumpy Cat, driving him nuts. He just wants to sleep, wants to be left alone, and he just keeps getting tortured by these characters. Then we get a Super Pokey and Grumpy Cat Paws of Justice story, where Pokey wants to be superheroes, wants to go try and save somebody, and talks Grumpy Cat into finally being his sidekick, kind of. Which I was surprised. You would think Grumpy Cat wouldn't accept the sidekick rule, but so he follows around Pokey. Uh, well, actually, Grumpy Cat I think is a female, I should say she follows around Grumpy, but I could be wrong. But I think after reading this, it's a female cat. But maybe that's why he's so grumpy. But yeah, they come across some burglars and try to foil the burglars' plans, and it's funny seeing Grumpy Cat also getting dressed up as a superhero and what all happens with the stories. But these are three fun stories. I liked it. I would definitely read more of these if I came across them. So starting to like Grumpy Cat after all these years of not caring at all because I just didn't. I'm not into memes and all that stuff that big, but and we checked out the saga of a family that would not die. Outlaw Nation #1. I have some of these, but never read them apparently, or I just don't remember reading them. But we basically get, we're back in Vietnam, kind of getting a story about a writer type character that's working on a war story, talking about things that have happened. And while we're going through that storyline, we're also getting some stuff that's going on back home. We see a character that's way older in here, going through some things. That's back from the war, and then we go and flash back and forth between the war and present day, and find out what's going on with our writer and everything. At the same time, we got a character that happens to have a partner that got her pregnant, and she goes to family of that character after she is abandoned by him because he's on a search for something. And you're gonna have to read the story to find out what he's searching for and whether or not he finds it. But yeah, our reporter has lots of things going on, lots of nightmares in his head, and yeah, as you can imagine, with all the fallout of Vietnam and everything else, he's dealing with all kinds of issues, and he's also trying to write about those issues along the way. But yeah, I definitely want to read more of those. I know I have a stack of them. I just got to figure out what issues I'm missing. But I was happy to get issue #1, so I figured I'd at least check. Then we have Savage #1. This came from Valiant, I believe. Yep. B. Claymore, Clayton Henry, Louis LaRosa, Brian Rebar. Uh, this is book 1. And we basically start out with our character in a battle with a dinosaur. And he's got his own. Uh, I'm going to say it wrong. Is it Teratops? No, Raptor. He's got a Raptor claws that he carries with him for weapons. And we end up coming across, after a battle, we end up coming across his hut. I don't want to show the other page because it'll give away stuff. But as you see, he's got a lighter. He's got some other stuff in there, like material wise, that has patches and stuff on it. And so there's more to the character that we know. And then we go to a plane scene where there's a plane that's crashing, and two characters on that plane end up surviving that we know of. We don't know if there's going to be any other survivors in the future or not. I doubt it. But well, I should say there's 3 survivors that we know of, because one just happens to be a baby. So, not a good thing to have when you're stranded on an island and having to deal with stuff like that. but they will have to deal with whatever happens. And I don't want to give away any more pictures because it's just going to ruin things. But obviously, they're on a planet or on a island with dinosaurs, so they're going to come across certain dinosaur characters and have to deal with that, trying to survive with a child that's going to make a lot of noise and you're trying to hide. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, I was really surprised with this one. I wasn't thinking I'd get into it because I'm not into the prehistoric stuff anymore. I can't get into Jurassic Parks and all those. They're all right movies, but they're not as good as they should have been, in my opinion. But that's just me. It might just be a dinosaur thing. Who knows? But yeah, those were some hits and misses. Mostly hits. And Dr. Tomorrow was the only one that really didn't grab me. It's done by Alejandro. That's if I'm gonna read people's names. Alejandro Arbona, Jim Tao, Diego Rodriguez, Clayton Culls. Grumpy Cat was done by Ben McCool, Steve Oy, Bill Totolini, Ben Fisher, Michael Guyan, Royal McGraw, Ken Hazer, Moen, Elliot Serrano, Steve Oy, and Rich Young. You got Treasure Map, then Grumpy Cat in HD. Must have been the dog TV thing. And we got Super Pokey Grumpy Cat. Oh, a listing for 4 different things in here, but I only see 3. Oh, might be a one pager that I'm missing out on here. An Outlaw Nation that I also didn't mention was Jamie Delano and Goran Suzuku. So check those out, and we will get back with more of these soon. More reviews, unboxings, all the good stuff. Keep following under the call of MS. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us those likes. Check out Crimson Cull Comic Club for our group review podcast and all that goodness. And we'll be back with more soon. Thanks. Bye.